I'm gonna soak up your cum. Gonna tell everyone to bust in me. Gonna soak up your cum. Anyway, I was debating between that and... now I'm debating whether to just say it or sing it. I should sing the other one so they both have equal play.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, like, you know, like both parties get equal amount of ad time on TV. I'm gonna fuck up your son. Gonna tell everyone that he is gay.
I wonder if there's any way to turn...
To mix them? No. Drew, that's flying too close to the sun.
To last week's conversation about fucking the dad, then fucking the son. Do you want me to fuck your son? I know you think he might be gay, but so are you. I'm gonna fuck your son.
Yeah, there's all kinds of options. Yeah, I had a request on stream last week for Soak Up the Sun. I think the way it came up was someone said, hey, why is Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow the best wrestling walkout music? I'm like, I don't know, but I also can't disagree with it. And then I think someone said do a parody of it. And then I'm like, well, that's pretty easy. so I will. You got it, friend. So whoever that was, don't remember because it's been, what, gotta be 3 days by now? You're still working on stuff?
No,
Your workshop?
I actually kind of really hate that song.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a Sheryl Crow song I like.
That's the only one.
There's Leaving Las Vegas, but I also don't think it's that.
I couldn't tell you that one.
I think those are like her first
Is that the same as Waking Up in Vegas, the Katy Perry song? Is that what it's called? I don't even know what the fuck it's called.
That is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Leaving Las Vegas was her first single. But hey, by the way, it's the worst year of our lives. I'm Scott, at Not Scott Hansen on Twitter, and that over there, to my left, your right, is...
I'm coming out. I'm half a snow leopard. Listen to me purr. I'm Drew. You can follow me at Sarian Softpaws on the Twitter and the Instagram, and Drew Sarian on Letterboxd.
I guess we should do one of the final pushes for Give Us Money's Push It Real Good. Bum, ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway.
Is this the episode where we just do songs?
I'm okay with that.
This is a song episode?
Look, we're
in the musical groove, and groove is in the heart.
Groove is in the heart. I mean, every good show needs a musical episode. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A second example.
That's always my go-to. Once More with Feeling. That's the best one.
Yep.
I still have some of those songs on my iPod.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
And that's it for that.
No more song episode.
No more musical episode canceled. Yeah, so this Thursday, by end of day this Thursday, is your deadline.
Anyways.
To send us $25 per movie pick of yours. And a movie that is preferably easy enough to find for free and is less than 2.5 hours. You send us $25 per movie. We watch it. We review it. Everyone has a good time. Send the money to paypal.me/NotScottHenson. paypal.me/NotScottHenson. If you don't have PayPal, look at the description, the YouTube description for this podcast or many others surrounding it for a non-having a PayPal account link.
If you don't have PayPal, who the fuck are you?
I'm shocked by the number of people, like, just in streams, like if I post my PayPal, they're like, I want to send you something, but I don't have PayPal. I'm like, really? I mean, okay, let's find something.
We'll make this work.
It first happened with a guy in Thailand who, well, our boy Steven in Thailand, who wanted to send something, and yeah, like he was like locked out of his PayPal, or like PayPal wasn't working from Thailand. I understand that, but like I think everyone else that has needed it has been in the United States and just doesn't have a PayPal.
What about all
like,
those? What about those?
You've never bought anything online. Someone's never needed to send you money online. It's crazy to me.
What about those random like Estonian views we were getting?
I love those random Estonian views.
Sent us any money? What do they have in there? Estonian rupees?
We have 0 Estonian rupees in the coffers.
That is disappointing.
Regrettably.
I want to find out what. I mean, Estonia is just.
I assume they're the euro, no?
Yeah, they're just Finland.
Oh, they're going to be so mad when they hear that. Holy shit.
The Republic of Estonia.
They're just Finland. They're going to lose that. Well, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed your couple of Estonian views, because this is the last one, Drew. You scared them off.
Good.
You didn't scare them off. You pissed them off.
You pissed them off. I mean, it says that they are, there's 24% Russian. So maybe we're getting the Russians from Estonia listening to us.
I mean, they were in the USSR. They're back in the USSR.
Well, good for them. Never should have left.
I'm back in the US. I'm trying to do back in the New York groove with back in the USSR.
Yeah. I'm back. Back in the USSR.
Yeah, you gotta say the last part real fast.
It doesn't really work.
Real fast.
You gotta cram it together into one word. It's
yeah.
It's a real Ulysses S. Grant, President of the United States.
Yeah. For those who don't know, that's what
USPS
stands for. Not United States Postal Service. What's in
the news? What are we talking about?
What is in the
news?
news?
Can we talk about how every day
Can we talk? Can we talk?
Can I talk, please? Can I finish? Can I finish?
Can I finish? Can I finish?
No.
Okay.
Can we talk about how every day that goes by, George Bush looks like a better president? Every single day, W looks a little bit better.
Every single day, W picks up another W.
Another W. Just counting those wins.
God damn.
Putting K's up on the board.
3?
The third one's backwards, though.
Oh, third one's backwards. Because somebody figured it out.
This has to be one of my favorite things, like in recent memory, of just go to Afghanistan to fuck up the Taliban, or at least that's what we claim.
For 18 years.
For 18 years, go there. Then a new president.
The longest war in American history.
A new president's in charge.
Yep.
And decides probably shouldn't back out right away.
Yeah.
Probably, if we're going to do this, it needs to take some time.
Let's stay the course.
But then, in the 8 years he was in charge, he was like, you know what? I'm out of here. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
Then a new president comes in, and he can't tell his asshole from a hole in the ground.
I assume he just didn't know we were in Afghanistan.
Nobody's giving him the information.
No, he didn't get those briefings.
No. So, then it comes time for old Mumbly Joe.
Well, the buddy of the president before.
Yeah. The good pal.
Yeah.
His chum. Just absolutely no plan. Well, why are we even there still?
I mean, his heart's in the right place.
Is it, though?
I think it is. You don't need a bunch of, Americans have been in Afghanistan for 18 years.
They've been there longer than you've been alive.
That's true. I'm baby.
I don't know why the pause, but okay. I mean, I know why the pause.
Yeah. Oh.
And the pause.
Yeah.
But not pause.
Yeah. PAWS, I understand. POZ, I understand.
Yeah. Chasing the bug.
PAUSE.
What the fuck? But yeah, go in, fuck shit up, stay too long, leave, let the bad guys you fucked up go back in charge, but then start an entire...
So fast.
Bam.
The next day.
And the briefing of... Hey, Joe, if we leave today, tomorrow the Taliban has already said they will be back in charge. It's not our problem anymore. We're out. And then...
But Howard said we're going to take him out. What am I going to do? Not take him out anymore?
Yeah. And then they put his glasses on.
Come on, man.
In the Who plays.
I feel like this is a pretty good come on, man. Am I there? Have I hit it?
Have I hit it? Am I cool enough? Can I say the N-word?
Am I in the Biden pocket? I mean... You just gotta sort of stumble over your words a bit, and then it's like an older Owen Wilson almost. I'm having trouble with it, but it's at the same time it's not bad. What the fuck even is a Delaware accent, man?
I feel like you're doing Jason Sudeikis doing Joe Biden.
But that's not bad, right?
No,
he's a professional.
You're doing an impersonation of an impersonator doing.
Well, everyone in the world did Dana Carvey's George Bush Sr.
That's true, but you weren't alive for that, so how do you know that?
Yeah, my grandparents told me about that. Actually, my grandma was a big SNL fan at that time.
You were going to say your grandma fucked Dana Carvey.
My grandma fucked Dana Carvey.
Nice strap-on action?
Yeah.
Dana's a bottom.
And Dana White.
Oh, gross.
And my sister Dana.
Oh my god.
One too many.
Oh no, you guys.
One too many.
You guys are the Johnsons?
There's a strange thing about the Johnsons.
But yeah, go fuck shit up, stay too long, immediately leave, and the bad guys you fucked up in the first place are back in power.
It's so fast.
And setting up another entire generation of people that are going to hate America.
Yeah.
It's just a full circle.
Yeah.
Train them to fight the Russians, who are your enemy, and give them weaponry.
Dedicate Rambo First Blood Part 2 to them. Is that the movie that... Is that the one? It's one of the Rambos, right?
Yeah, it's 2.
Dedicated to the Mujahideen. Yeah. The best thing to spring from that was that same, like, this is dedicated to the brave fighters of the Mujahideen, plastered over Taylor Swift from Cats.
Yes.
Is the best picture I've ever seen.
So yeah, just creating an entire new generation of Afghan men who hate America.
What are the women doing?
Well, they're all dead, Scott.
Well,
they are much like the dodo bird. The Afghan women have gone extinct.
They've gone extinct. Fair enough. So it's
I know we shouldn't joke about that, but it's Joe Biden's fault. So...
Are you saying Afghanistan is something of a dude's rock kind of country?
You know, it is a dude's rock country.
Okay.
If you're a dude, go to Afghanistan.
All dudes go to dude meeting.
No, it's all dogs go to heaven.
All dudes go to Afghanistan. That makes sense. Now we're gonna mean this. Where do dude dogs go?
Dude dogs go to heaven in Afghanistan.
Oh.
They get all the virgins.
Okay, I was gonna say, how many virgins are we talking? 72? Oh.
Virgins and bones.
Virgins and bones.
All dogs go to heaven in Afghanistan.
I cannot wait to martyr myself and then to be receiving 72 beautiful women who have no idea how to fuck. Oh, what a dream.
Who are too tight to fit my penis.
Yes.
And it just is a constant inconvenience for me to fuck them.
Like, whoever thought of that, no offense to the authors of the Quran, was a fucking virgin.
Also, could be virgin boys. You don't know.
You know what? You've charmed me. I'm back on board.
You get virgins in heaven. Nobody said that it was virgin pussy.
I didn't consider that, and that's my fault.
That's on you.
I need to do... You know what? I need to take a moment of self-care.
Okay.
If that's okay. All right. I'm fully back with Islam now.
There's 2 things I know.
Yeah.
Islam is the true one religion.
And women shouldn't
drive.
Yeah.
So it goes from, like, going in and murdering bad guys, but also accidentally murdering innocent people, to just leaving and letting the bad guys murder innocent people.
And, like, the sheer... Like, what was so clearly the sheer pointlessness of being there for 18 years. Mm-hmm. It accomplished nothing. They took back over the next day.
But, Scott, I've got good news.
Oh, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Oh!
We did it. That banner.
Barracuda.
I was not ready for that.
You know what? Neither was I. That wasn't the plan going in, but here we are, friend. All right.
Really not prepared for that.
But yeah, there was a party on a ship. There was a mission accomplished banner. I guess Hart played a concert, and yeah, it was great.
You know what? Eventually, I'm going to
kill me, divorce me.
No.
Kill then divorce me.
I'm gonna make a new image for our podcast.
You're searching out mission accomplished,
and it's
graphics.
gonna have this mission accomplished in it.
I like it.
Oh, here's another one.
Ooh,
Mission accomplished.
You did it.
We did it, guys.
It was a Trump mission accomplished.
Well, Trump did it.
He did. I'm sure he did something.
He did something. He did lots of stuff.
That's true.
Did you know that even though Trump Tower in Vancouver isn't Trump Tower anymore, it still has the sign?
I like it.
Yeah. I guess it's just too much labor to get it down.
I think it's a heritage site now, and we can't take it down. It's a piece of history.
It's a tribute to the former president.
I'm glad I had drinks there while it was still officially Trump, and he was in office. We were me and a friend of the show, Chris Goodwin, were indirectly, directly financially supporting Donald Trump. Great.
Friend of the show, who is the most racist guest we've ever had.
Absolutely, which covers
some
some ground. Do we count as guests?
Do we count as guests? Sometimes.
Are you my guest on the show? Am I your guest on the
You're
show?
my
Are
guest.
you the host? I'm
We're
the guest?
in my house.
That's true. I guess you're the host.
No, I was trying to do the Flow Rider song, but I don't know the words.
I know the song too, but just kind of the tune, and My House comes up sometimes.
Yeah. My house is where we do the podcast. My house is where Old Beach is. My house.
Old Beach.
Yeah, that's... I could have done better, but it was on the fly.
You tried.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're still going.
My house, it's where we kiss each other. My house. We use a lot of tongue. My house. No one wears a condom.
Your house. We never tell your girlfriend.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think I've said this multiple times on the podcast. I think it was mostly about. Well, no, it was mostly about Biden. But anyone who actively.
Would you say he's the best president?
Biden?
Yeah.
Biden's like bottom 5. Like he's in there with like Taft.
William Henry Harrison. Like, he's bottom 5.
He's also, like, there's no way he's not a one-term president.
2024 is going to be very interesting.
I can't imagine 8 years of Joe Biden.
It's a lot of Joe. Also, he's going to be real old by the end of that.
Real old.
He's going to be, like, 8 years older than Alzheimer's Reagan.
Yeah.
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 And that's saying something.
That's saying a lot. But yeah, I've said this before lots of times, is if you actively hate George Bush and you don't hate Joe Biden and kind of Obama, you're a fucking coward. They've all done bad shit.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe Bush got you into the war, but Obama had 8 years to properly get you out of the war.
He did have 8 years.
And Biden's had a year and a half.
Yeah.
To get you out of the war.
He's been busy, man.
Doing what? Falling upstairs?
Come on, man.
Watching basketball?
He loves basketball. He loves shooting hoops with his friend Barry.
Barry Obama.
Just draining threes.
Yeah. Just nailing them.
I mean, that's why you can't be mad at Obama. He's objectively cool.
Yeah, I guess. He is pretty cool. He does smoke.
He smokes.
People who smoke are cool.
He drains threes.
He knows he can do the basketball March Madness, but not based off of mascots.
Not based off fuckability of mascots.
Is mind-boggling.
How do you even do it?
How do you pick teams? If you're not looking at their mascots' buttholes.
His wife is a 10.
No. His wife's built like LT.
His wife played a middle linebacker
for the Giants. Wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania. Michelle Obama versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
WrestleMania 11, baby. Main eventing over the world title match.
But it did well for Bam Bam. Got him that push.
Well, he got that big push in the summer. And not fired by the fall.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. George Bush, best president ever? I'm in.
It's so funny.
Most entertaining president of all time, maybe.
I mean, it's Bush or Trump.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
Yeah, but I feel like
Republicans of the 2000s.
But I feel like Bush entertaining was like harmless and comical.
They're very different.
Trump entertainment
because
was like, oh shit, are we gonna get fucking bombed?
Yeah,
because
they're kind of equally dumb, but like Trump had like a malicious confidence to it.
Yeah,
where Bush had the opposite of that. Bush appeared to not know what he was doing.
But Bush was a kid who got a blank check from his rich uncle. Yeah, and just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and just accidentally bought the White House.
Yeah, or just made a bunch of water parks.
Man, and I really want to go to a water park. I love water parks.
I really want to take our train trip to Vegas to play golf, go to Charles Wright's strip club and do some drugs. Yes. I mean, that's Vegas, who cares? Do some drugs.
Yeah, definitely do drugs.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I can't fucking wait for train. Open the goddamn border.
You know what? Release the emails.
Maybe. I mean, it's probably unlikely, but the monthly border announcement is being made between now and when this airs. So we'll know something by the time this airs, and hopefully it's good. But I think it won't be. So
I don't know. I don't know. The cases have ramped up a little bit again, but it's mostly in the interior.
Yeah, and Americans are allowed to drive here across the border, but we can't drive there across the border, which seems weird and inconsistent.
But they didn't say anything about trains, and we want to take a train.
I like trains.
I like trains. I like turtles.
I wonder what the train situation is.
I don't know.
We'll have to investigate.
We'll have to look up Amtrak and they'll tell us what their policies are on COVID.
How about Man Track and it's dudes only?
How about Man Tracker, which was a real show, and it's where a man finds you in the woods and then holds you down and kisses you.
Is that what that show was about?
No, but it could have been.
But it could have been.
Man Tracker was definitely a bear. Like, he was a big old bear.
Literally a bear?
No. I mean, yes, but figuratively a bear.
Or a burly, hairy man.
A burly, hairy man. Yeah. This is Man Tracker.
Hell yeah, Man Tracker.
Yeah. It was a good show. I mean, it was a silly show, but it was a good show.
I'm guessing it did one season?
No, I think it did
10 seasons?
Several seasons.
Research time.
It's always good to have silence while I research.
Well, that's important.
Man Tracker.
People got to know how many seasons Man Tracker did. 6 goddamn seasons of Man Tracker.
7.
What?
7 seasons.
Get out of town.
And it aired until...
It's still airing.
It might air. It might still be airing. You don't know. What do you fucking know?
Not as much about Man Tracker as I would like to.
Show me the money.
What are you looking for?
Show me the
Do not come.
2006, 2012.
Goddamn.
And look, Man Tracker himself.
Who is Man Tracker himself?
Terry Grant.
Terry Grant. Cary Grant, famous actor, grandson of Cary Grant.
What's going on here? Man Tracker.
Man Tracker.
He was
Ritz Cracker.
He was an extra in Monty Python's The Meaning of Life.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Wonder if he was tracking men then, or if it came later in life.
Well, it came later in life because Man Tracker Meaning of Life is 83, and Man Tracker is like 2008.
Yeah, you don't think he was perhaps researching?
Well, it doesn't say
researching the role for.
It doesn't
for
say
23
he was
years.
a Man Tracker before that, so.
You think Man Tracker just sprung out of whole cloth?
I do.
You think there wasn't a lead up to it? You think he was not perhaps tracking men in the early 1980s?
I think it was background actor, bam, Man Tracker. Sometimes that's how roles happen.
Sure.
That's how you get Henry Winkler as the Fonz, even though he's the biggest loser you've ever met.
He's such a dork.
But really, he's going home and doing calculus
and knitting
and like wearing his waistband above his belly button
and wearing a fisherman's hat all day.
Yeah. Getting a Roy Orbison tattoo on his ass.
He's a nice man, though.
He's probably a very nice man.
That the consensus is like one of the nicest people in the world.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. So the next thing I want to talk about sort of leads into this week's episode of In Your House.
Tangentially related.
Fully loaded In Your House 23. From Fresno, California. So
how many are there total? 23?
7?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
What?
How many? What number we're going to? How many there are?
Oh. Is there 28?
4, 5. No. 4, 5, 6, 7.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Checks out.
We're almost there.
4 more weeks.
And then we're done forever. No more podcasts. Bye, everybody.
Murder, suicide.
Murder, suey. Or double murder, double suey. We both stab each other, but then we both also stab ourselves.
I think it would be cool if we like sat beside each other on a love seat, each with a shotgun pointed at the other's head, and both pulled the trigger
while holding hands.
Certainly, you only need one hand for the shotgun. Yep. You can do whatever you want with the other one. And yeah, I think that would be a nice way to go. Put it on the list.
Probably. I'll add it to the list of possible double suicides or double murders.
Put it under the most likely one that everyone has in the pool: botched double surgery.
Botched double surgery where I give the doctor an extra $10,000 to turn you into a flamingo. A flamingo with an inverted penis. Not a vagina, just the penis faces inward.
I don't know if even your standard male flamingo is packing. I think all birds sort of fall under the cloaca family.
Should I look up a flamingo penis and see what happens?
I mean, I think it's just cloaca.
As I've learned, typing around the microphone is sometimes challenging. What is the average penis size for flamingos is the first thing that came up.
All right. And you found porn. So quickly we find porn. And more.
I
that
like
look
it.
At the cakes on that one. Wowzers.
I like it. Here's an orca sucking a trans flamingo under the water.
Look, we can't go down this dark road every episode.
Yes, we can.
Where we look at Where we look at Google images.
Yes, we can.
Furry porn. Not again. Is that grape ape?
I talk, I email, I browse, I fuck.
Oh my god.
There is so much going on here.
No, we can't.
Okay, fine.
We simply can't.
We can't. But I will look.
Did you get your flamingo penis answer besides all the porn?
Well, it's the first question on Quora.
Quora. What you got?
Oh, yeah. 0. Like most birds, flamingos don't have penises.
Yeah. So I feel like your inverted penis prank may be ill-advised.
What if they keep your tiger penis, but they put it inside? So anytime you get a boner, the barbs just stab your tummy.
Oh, that's horrible. What a fate.
Well, I don't have to tell you, man. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to pay that doctor $10,000.
Where are you getting this $10,000?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to let him use my orifices. He's going to take $10,000 worth of my ass.
I'm going to put that bussy on the stroll for this doctor, and then you're going to like the way you look. My classic radical plastic surgery pranks.
Oh man, we are. What was the date on the pay-per-view?
July
26th. 2 weeks away from the thing we're going to talk about.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that soon.
Wow, and only 2 weeks after my birthday. Which one? First?
You were born in 1996?
7. No, even that's not it. No, I guess I wasn't born yet. 2 weeks after 8 years before I was born. Checks out. I was born in 2006. Yeah.
Checks out. Math checks out. On this pay-per-view, we get our first viewing of Val Venus on In Your Houses. He's been debuted for a month or so.
Pal Penis.
Penis pal.
Who's your penis pal?
Gal penis.
Yo, Gal Penis.
It's trans Gal Gadot.
That, you know what? That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Nice.
On the same page with Trans Gal Gadot.
Trans Gal Gadot.
Wouldn't be the worst transformation in Wonder Woman 1984.
No, it would be the best, easily the best.
Yeah.
During Val's match, it's sort of the build up to him sleeping with Mr. Yamaguchi-san, who is the manager voice piece for Kai and Tai, sleeping with his wife, and anybody who's
sister or
no, it's his wife.
Granddaughter,
maybe. Yeah, Val's not picky.
Granddaughter / wife. What?
Val has yellow fever and doesn't care about age limits.
He's got yellow fever. He's got.
Oh my god!
I choked on my blue Pepsi.
What the fuck?
Oh, you know why? The blue Pepsi got jealous of the yellow fever. Color fight.
Blues don't like yellow?
Why can't you get together and make green?
The lid's yellow, though.
I know. Is that
a metaphor for oppression?
I'll tell you what that is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. The yellow is fake. The yellow is something to throw you off the scent. The same way all the banks put up a rainbow flag every June to make you think they don't hate gays and then rip it down on July 1st. This is that. Pepsi's yellow cap is that.
Pepsi's yellow cap is for pride.
It's for Asian pride.
Asian pride.
Yeah.
No thanks. So in the course of the Val Venus Yamaguchi-san
where in the course of human events
storyline,
a large white man rapes a Japanese girl.
I think she wanted it.
She was asking for it.
Look what she was wearing.
Yeah.
So at one point, Mr. Yamaguchi-san and Kai and Tai kidnap Val.
Yeah.
And they chain him up in one of the back, locker room areas.
Oh, no. I hope no one chains me up and tortures me. Oh, that'd be horrible.
I hope no one twists my nipples really hard.
Come
on, I can take it.
I hope no one steps on my balls with a stiletto.
And makes me bleed out my dick hole.
Gah. I don't like this game anymore.
Well, you shouldn't have started it because I'm going to finish it. I'm in it to win it.
You're the finisher.
I got a minute to win it.
Drew always.
Don't worry, I'm going to win it.
Drew always finishes.
I do not always finish.
All right.
That is a lie. It's a bold-faced lie.
You know who does always finish? John Wayne Bobbitt. As we'll get to.
So.
Sorry to
way to spoil the reveal.
It was too good a segue.
Uh-huh. It was. So he's Val's chained up with Kai and Tai surrounding him, and Mr. Yamaguchi-san has a samurai sword.
And rather famously,
he tells Val he's going to choppy his pee-pee.
That's correct.
As punishment for fucking his wife.
Question: Were they gonna get Val hard first before choppying him? Because I don't know if you'd want to cut a flaccid penis. Because I think you would leave too much. Because some would be, some's kind of coiled up,
especially if he's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Except for Val's probably a shower and a grower.
Yeah. There's probably a reason he got the gimmick.
You definitely. Don't worry, Scott. I feel like there's somebody on Kai and Tai willing to get Val Venus hard to chop his pee-pee.
Well, Yamaguchi, I don't think, would want to do it himself. Dick Togo doesn't really seem
Although
like
his name is Dick.
His name is Dick. So
Dick Togo?
Yeah. Dick to go, or Dick Togo also. Yeah, but ironically not him. Sho Funaki seems more interested in wearing 90s fashions that are somehow still cool now. And then... Oh, the gay guy, Mensteo! That's right. Stupid. It was him, right?
It was him.
Okay.
So
his name is Men's.
He named himself after his favorite thing.
Yeah,
Men's. just before Mr. Yamaguchi-san is about to choppy his pee-pee, mysteriously the lights go out, and then the camera guy can't film anything, and what ends up happening is it's revealed that John Wayne Bobbitt saved Val Venus from having his penis cut off.
Experiencing a similar fate to himself.
So, anyone who's not familiar with John Wayne
resulted
Bobbitt,
in Drew going on a deep dive.
Well, as mentioned in the previous podcast, John Wayne Bobbitt is the second best John Wayne. Of course, ahead of John Wayne. Behind John Wayne Gacy. So,
Gacy number one forever.
Yeah. Gacy number one forever.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bobbitt and regular John Wayne. How many children do you have buried in your backyard?
None. Enough.
Get out of here. Sorry, Bobbitt. There's what? There's one penis in your backyard? Boring.
No, it was in the freezer, I think. Wasn't
Something,
it?
yeah,
or in the fridge. So, John Wayne Bobbitt, for anyone who doesn't know, had a mentally ill wife.
Yep.
Who chopped his pee-pee for real.
In his sleep.
And when she was...
It's crazy to me that people wouldn't know this, but there are now tons of people who don't know this.
Well, it happened in 1989.
Yeah.
And there might be people born after that.
There might be people like me.
Who are babies.
Young people who are babies.
Who would know. So she
doesn't know.
choppy his pee-pee because she, well, other than the fact that she's a mentally ill woman, claimed that he had raped and abused her, and that's why she did it.
There's fuck up number one, bitch. You can't rape your wife.
You can't rape your wife. Then later...
I wonder if I have to push the satire button after that, or if it's automatic.
So later, what ended up happening was when the police...
I can rape your wife.
When the police actually got a hold of her, she claimed that it was because he always orgasmed and she never did, and so he was selfish, and that was her version of what rape was.
Which is not the same as rape.
That he fucked me and came and then stopped, and that's rape.
John, how could you? How could you come? I don't know, I was fucking.
I be fucking. When I fuck, I like to come.
Me, I'm a speed fucker.
So she left the apartment with the severed appendage and drove away in her car.
Did you throw it out the car window?
After
and then he retrieved it?
So she was struggling to drive with one hand. She threw it out a window.
You can drive with one hand.
P.S. You also don't need to be holding the penis.
Yeah, I drive with one hand.
You could just put it down and drive with two hands.
You shouldn't be struggling that hard. Even if you are holding a penis on the other hand.
She threw it out the window into a roadside field.
Yeah.
She eventually called 911, telling them what had happened and where the penis was. They found the penis after an exhaustive search, and after being washed with antiseptic and packed in saline ice, it was reattached in the hospital, where he was treated. The operation took 9.5 hours.
I mean, it's amazing they saved it. It's amazing.
He claims that in a 2018 interview, he claims that his penis is back to normal.
20 years.
20 years fully functional.
Fair enough.
He also starred in 2 pornographic films in the 90s.
Yep.
What were they called? I don't know if I know the name of them.
I hope it's something funny, but I don't know offhand.
I would love to... John Wayne Bobbitt Uncut.
Nice. That's a good call. I like that.
Frankenpenis.
I don't know what that one. Well, I guess that makes sense too. It was stitched back together. You know what? Well, way to go, porn industry. Way to go. I like both of those.
You nailed it. Let's see what Frankenpenis brings up.
I would have also. I would have also accepted.
Oh god.
Julia Slobberts in Runaway Dick.
There's some pictures, but they're tiny, so it's not like I can really make out slice marks. But
it's looking
no, I can't.
at porn on Google Images.
Anyways, so
do I have to put a parental block on your computer?
No, you do not.
So you so you can only see good furry porn,
yeah,
and not the other smut you look at.
So she
John Wayne Bobbitt porn, King of the Hill,
King of the Hill porn, flamingo penises. So she claimed that he had been like assaulting her for years and violating her and was emotionally abusive, and that he was like constantly gloating about his infidelities, that he forced her to have abortions.
He allowed her to have abortions.
Oh my god, satire button.
Oh,
satire button.
Yeah, that's about okay. All right. I don't know. I thought that was woke.
She said that she had clinical depression, and that's what made her snap.
Sure.
Testified that he raped her, and that.
And then testified that she didn't know what rape meant.
Yeah. I think his defense was that she was bad at sex and didn't know what she was doing. So that's what drove him to infidelity.
Follow-up question. Was she a woman?
Yes.
Checks out.
Does she have a penis? Then no.
Then she's bad at sex.
Yeah, and then okay. Anyway, so the funny thing that I saw. So it says like after
nothing up to this point has been funny. Yeah. Here's the funny.
So the
thing.
Aftermath.
Aftermath.
Yeah,
with Jamie Farr.
So he started dating like a 21-year-old exotic dancer.
Tight.
He was convicted of battery.
Whoops.
And sentenced to 15 days in jail.
Okay. But he never did that to Lorena.
He did not do that to Lorena.
Yeah.
Then in 1989, he received probation for his role in a theft. He robbed a store in Nevada.
He stole someone else's penis.
He was sentenced to prison for violating his probation. He was arrested on battery charges again involving his then wife. He was again arrested twice on charges of battery in 2004, and then he filed for divorce. Did he take her last name?
Oh, what is this? Norway? Is this
John
a matriarchal
W.
society?
Farrell was his name.
Huh.
He changed his name, I guess, to get away from
I was going to say, it was probably a sort of serendipitous that he had an opportunity to change his name.
And then in 2014, he had a severe injury. He severely injured... or he broke his neck in a vehicular accident.
Yeah.
And then for her, she attempted to keep a low profile, reverting back to her birth name. She made a visit to her native Ecuador, where she met the president for dinner.
Sick.
Someone there, she would be baptized as a...
This is Lorena?
This is Reina.
She got to meet the president of Ecuador for cutting off a guy's dick.
Cutting off a guy's penis.
It's not bad.
So she was So here's the start of the funny thing. In 1997, she made news when she was charged with assault for punching her mother as they watched television. She was eventually acquitted of assault, and her mother continued to live with her until she died.
So it wasn't that bad.
In 2007, she was working as a beauty salon and blah, blah. So, joint public appearances.
Oh. The band's back together.
Although Lorena told Oprah in April 2009 that she had no interest in talking to John, they appeared together on the show The Insider in May 2009. It was their first meeting since their divorce. On the show, he apologized to her for the way he had treated her during the marriage, and she claimed that he still loved her because he continued to send her Valentine's Day cards and flowers. The bitch cut your dick off, and you're going to send her flowers and Valentine's Day cards, and you're going to appear with her on television?
Maybe she is good at sex.
Ah, man. She cut your dick off.
Look, here's what I would say to John. To John, I would say, if a woman cuts your dick off for probably beating her sometimes... You probably should stop beating women in the future. You probably shouldn't get arrested like 7 more times for battering women. Which, of course, brings me, mild tangent, to the best t-shirt I ever saw in my life. It was in Ucluelet, British Columbia, the far west side of Vancouver Island, but not even the main place there. The main place is Tofino. Ucluelet's the other, not as cool place.
Brag.
It was their, like, fair weekend. It was Yuki Days in Ucluelet, British Columbia, and they had like some food things open and I don't know, a bouncy castle or something. I don't know. And it attracts all kinds of people because like there's like all the like sort of hippie surfer locals, but then because at the end of the day it is a small town, there's gonna be some old fat biker guys with giant beards, and this was one of those guys. Gray beard, gray hair, big old belly, bandana, leather jacket, the works. And sporting under the leather jacket a black T-shirt with plain white writing.
Like personally made? Like
no,
went,
I
went
think
to a cherry bomb and got it made.
I think purchased off the rack somewhere.
Okay.
But God, I would love
like
to know.
Like a gas station or something.
I'm thinking a gas station.
Okay.
With text that read, 50,000 battered women, and I'm eating mine plain.
That's amazing.
Hands down, the best T-shirt I've ever seen in my life. Like the setting and the guy wearing it certainly helped it and bumped it up in the rankings, but goddamn, it's so
incredible.
good.
That's pretty incredible. Battered women, beer battered women.
I assume so.
Wow,
you want to get delicious. Fancy? Maybe double battered to be extra crispy.
Possibly.
I always double batter my women.
Yeah. Well, a little left, a little right, a little kick in the middle, a little push down the stairs.
I think that's the description for this episode.
I always batter my women.
No, 50,000. Just the T-shirt.
The T-shirt.
Just the T-shirt.
All right. So as I alluded to, in your house, and I said this is the first viewing we get of Val Venus. So first, what we get is a rundown of everything that's going to happen, including the bikini contest later on with Sable and Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, who we haven't seen yet.
No. And it's Jerry Lawler in Sable's locker room being a complete sex criminal.
Yeah. He should go to jail.
He's totally trying to fucking rape her.
Yeah.
And he gets a sneak preview of her bikini.
I mean, at least she's an adult, unlike that 13-year-old girl that Doug Gilbert told us about.
Doug Gilbert knows the correct incident that happened.
Yeah.
And he'll never be able to tell anyone.
And he'll yell it on television.
He's fucking dead. So the first match is Val Venus versus Jeff Jarrett with Tennessee Lee and Southern Justice, the former Godwins, Dennis Knight and Mark Canterbury.
And all previous Godwin's conventions are out the window because these are they're not only wearing shirts, they're wearing jackets over the shirts, but they're heels
and sunglasses.
Yeah,
so I don't know what they're Southern bodyguards.
The Godwin's rules are out because it used to be shirt good guy, no shirt bad guy, unless the shirt is covered in stars and bars.
Yeah. So Val comes out, cuts a typical Val promo. Where he's going
to start jerking off.
He can't wait to come.
Yeah.
And then he's going to show everybody what he's got, and he's about to pull his dick out. And then then Tennessee Lee cuts him off. So they come to the ring, and Jarrett.
Can we talk about Jeff Jarrett?
It's been 2 months.
Yeah.
And Jeff Jarrett is fucking jacked.
Jesus Christ. By far.
Boulder shoulders, huge traps, massive pecs.
Yeah. What the fuck?
He's cycled onto something good.
He cycled on something heavy, and I'll have what he's having.
I'll have what he's having as well.
I'll have what me's having.
As long as I don't have to work out.
No, I just want to do the injections, no working out.
I want the steroids to do the work for me.
Yeah. Oh, steroids help your muscles recover faster so you can work out more. No, I want steroids to make my muscles big. And so while I sleep, while I have a series of naps.
Could you imagine?
Ugh.
Everyone would be jacked.
Yeah.
I love it. So Yamaguchi-san and Kaientai come out before the match. Yamaguchi-san is wearing a Hideo Nomo hat, which is fucking rad. The match is pretty decent. I mean, both of them are capable workers.
Yeah, it was pretty decent, actually.
There was a significant amount, though, of, like, Tennessee Lee interference.
Yeah.
And then Yamaguchi-san on commentary with no accent.
Zero.
Like, the opposite of Sonny Ono.
Yeah. Just a flawless English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point...
Calling Jerry Lawler Hamburger King, which I liked.
Hamburger King, yeah. Then there was, let's see, Jarrett hit a really good power bomb.
Yeah.
On Val, and then Val goes up to do...
Val teased an exploder because he's a closet All Japan
mark. He goes up top to do the money shot, but he gets crotched by Tennessee Lee.
Yep.
And then at that point we realize that Val's got a massive cut on his face.
Yeah,
which we don't even know from what.
I have no idea from what, but big cut on his right cheek.
Yeah.
Face cheek.
But then the ending is Tennessee Lee's distracting the ref, and Val does the old switcheroo behind Jarrett, bumps him into
runs him in, O'Connor
roll, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Don't even get to see the big finish.
No money shot.
The money shot, which sucks because it's a good move.
It's a very good splash.
And then he gets on the mic and pretty much talks about how Mr. Yamaguchi-san's wife said that he have a very small Japanese penis. It is so small. It's so small. American penis is so big.
American penis. And that's the story of Val Venus versus Jeff Jarrett.
That's a note I made for you.
Okay. Drew's just writing slurs on post-its and throwing them at me.
So the next match is newly crowned European champion D'Lo Brown versus X-Pac. When D'Lo comes down, so for a few shows we've seen Kama dressed like the Godfather,
called Kama,
but they still call him Kama Mustafa.
Yeah.
But this time, when he comes to the ring, they say D'Lo Brown with
the Godfather of the Nation,
and we're like, what? This did not happen.
This is full Mandela effect.
Did not happen.
The Godfather was not in the Nation. He was Kama in the Nation. The Nation ended. He became the Godfather. The end.
It's weird. So this match, before it even starts,
it's Berenstein Bears.
It's Bergenstein Bears. I'm changing it up.
It's Candice.
It's the front, not the back.
It's Candice Bergen's Bears.
Bergen's Bears. Before the match even starts, there was one sign in the crowd that said, "What's wrong with D'Lo's neck?"
Yeah,
implying because he's got rolls at the back.
No, I think because he does the crazy head shake.
Because the crazy head shake.
They weren't implying he had a fat neck.
I thought he does also has a fat neck.
Have a fat neck, okay. But it's too flexible.
And the other sign said, "Lawler killed Kaufman."
I liked that.
That was pretty good.
That was a good one. I think cancer killed Kaufman.
I believe he's still alive.
Oh,
I'm in the minority that believes he's still alive.
Well, then I'm going to treat you like a minority.
Oh, good. So the match was good. It was a lot of D'Lo doing ground rest holds, though.
It was some of that.
He did miss a very good moonsault, as he always does.
Yep. He never hit it, right?
I don't think he did. I think
it's one of those spots that he always misses.
Yeah, it was like Bubba going up to the second rope for the senton.
Yeah.
Or Flair going up for whatever.
Crossbody. That he won the world title with in 1983.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty good.
I definitely misremembered the ending. I like... It's a different... It's not like the people are right. Yeah. It's just a different X-Pac D'Lo match.
D'Lo X-Pac probably wrestled each other 50 times.
Yeah.
So could have been any of them.
Yeah, but I definitely remember a finish with D'Lo just diving off the top rope into an X Factor, but this was not that one.
Yeah. So the finish was China trying to get involved. D'Lo going to hit X-Pac with the European.
Yeah.
And then he ducked the European shot and gave him the Sky High.
And one with the Sky High.
And one with the Sky High, yeah. Yeah, pretty decent match. Not that long, though. It was 8 minutes.
It was fun.
And it was a non-title match, which is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but whatever.
Huh.
Next up is Texas versus Blacks. I like teaming up the only face black guys you have and teaming up the only Texans you have that are in Austin. So it was Farouk with new gear, again teaming with Scorpio
with new name,
not Too Cold, and not Flash Funk. taking on Bradshaw and Terry Funk. Before the match, in the back, Terry Funk cuts a promo where he said that this is his last match in WWF, which Bradshaw is like very upset about him not telling him.
Fuck?
Like, you're my partner. What the fuck? And Funk's like, for a while, I'm not enjoying my time here in the WWF, so I didn't take a break.
Did he say he wasn't enjoying his time?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah, that's a strange thing to say.
Yeah. Which we checked, and Terry was not lying. It was his last match in the company until the reformation of ECW in 2006.
Oh yeah. Was his next match like One Night Stand 2006?
Yeah. So it wasn't really good. Scorpio did a lot, and the rest of them kind of did nothing. It was a lot of Bradshaw being a sloppy hoss, Farouk kind of being sloppy.
Was Bradshaw a hoss?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Bradshaw was not a hoss. JR said, no doubt, Bradshaw is a horse.
And who might argue?
He's a horse.
Bradshaw's a horse.
He's a horse, of course. There was a really impressive Bradshaw jumps off the second rope, and Farouk catches him into a power slam that looked really good.
Yeah, it did.
Especially considering Bradshaw's big and heavy.
Yeah, I don't imagine Bradshaw is an easy catch off the top rope.
Definitely not. At one point, Scorpio does just like Slam Funk, go up to the top rope, do a 180 splash.
Yeah, start like a moonsault.
Yeah.
180 splash.
Yeah, and then he goes to the opposite corner and does a leg drop.
Second rope leg drop. Just anything he can think of.
Just anything he can do because he's bored. So eventually, Funk... I put a great leap to... Scorpio and Bradshaw are fighting in the ring. Scorpio kind of knocks Bradshaw away. He's going to go up top, and Funk dives from the
far corner
to shake the rope to crotch Scorpio.
Yeah,
and sort of just grabs onto the rope, and Scorpio has to nut himself.
Yeah,
it just looked very silly. Then Bradshaw just climbs up.
It was so good I nutted myself watching.
Ooh, is that why it stinks in here?
My nut doesn't stink.
You've got potent nuts. Bradshaw just straight up climbs the second rope and does a back suplex.
Yeah,
just for the sake of
no big deal.
Whatever. Yeah. So then when Funk gets back in and they brawl to the floor and he's kicking Scorpio's ass, and then he gets up onto the apron, he then climbs up to the second rope in the middle of the rope.
And we're like, he's not going to try a moonsault because he'll die.
He'll kill himself. Yeah. And we know he's not dead yet. And he does an aside. Spring.
At the time we're taping
At the time of recording. He does the spring an aside.
Man, I hope Terry Funk's not the next guy we kill. I really like Terry Funk.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill Terry Funk.
I hope it's not Lex Luger.
It would be a shame if it was Lex Luger that went instead of Terry Funk.
What a shame that would be. So Terry does an Asai Vader bomb to a standing Scorpio on the floor.
And it was great.
And it was silly. But yeah, so the match kind of falls apart. Bradshaw and Farouk end up fighting through to the floor. Scorpio just hits...
body slams Terry Funk and hits a 450.
But a very safe 450. Lands on his feet first and then kind of falls on Terry. He doesn't want to hurt him.
Maybe I won't crush this all-time legend.
This all-time legend who's an old man already.
I do like when he came out with Bradshaw, I'm like, is that Chainsaw Charlie?
The Chainsaw Charlie?
Wow.
So after the match, Bradshaw's pissed that they lost. He's a
real dick.
He gives Funk a
Can you believe Bradshaw behaving badly?
I cannot. He gives Funk a clothesline from hell, and then Scorpio runs back in the ring.
He's like, hey, quit it.
Gets dumped to the floor.
Yep.
And then Bradshaw hits him with a clothesline from hell on the floor, which Scorpio does a backflip out of,
and it's great.
Which is really great.
Yeah.
Then Farouk comes and kind of hey brother, what are you doing? And Bradshaw's
like, hey, you want to start teaming in 6 months?
Hey, you want to be demon guys in a little while?
I love that you call them demon guys. I mean, you're not wrong. They're the acolytes in the ministry.
So he goes and gets a chair, and while Farouk is checking on Scorpio, Bradshaw blasts him in the back with a chair, and then he leaves.
Yep.
I'm going to very quickly skip over the next match. Mark Henry versus Vader, complete fucking waste of time.
Vader is a
Goes
straight up
5 minutes
now.
and it's nothing. They completely fuck up a whip at the very beginning, and everything from there is just downhill. Following that is another complete fucking waste of time. The Disciples of Apocalypse versus LOD 2000 again.
Yeah.
The entire match was them beating up Hawk. Like, no joke, Hawk got 0 offense. It was Skull and April kicking his ass, a hot tag to Animal who does a bunch of bad moves, and then
so many rest holds.
Hawk gets tagged back in and just eats DDT, finish.
Yeah.
That's it. It was shit.
It was dumb.
However, the next match is maybe the most fun match we've seen in a long time.
It's great. Oh, speaking of good match, I should have mentioned this at the top. As of last show, as per Wrestling Observer ratings, we have seen our last 4-star match on In Your Houses.
That doesn't surprise me.
The last one is Austin Dude Love.
Not even Austin Vince?
Nope. No, I don't know if anything cracks 3.5.
Wow.
There might be 1 3 3/4, but I don't even know if there's that.
This show has a 3 1/4, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It's not a ton of great stuff on In Your House.
So we'll have to make our own fun. And you know what? This one, fun as hell.
Yeah. This one's
great.
So it's the Hart Family Dungeon match. Owen Hart, Ken Shamrock, special guest referee Dan the Beast Severn in the Hart Family Dungeon.
Yeah, legitimately. In Calgary, in Stu Hart's basement.
Stu Hart's basement of his home. It goes less than 5 minutes, but honestly, that's
it goes
all
exactly how long it should. They do everything they need to.
And if you're going to do a work shoot with Shamrock, Owen's probably the right choice.
Yeah.
I don't know that any other guys could really do that kind of match with him. So the number one thing in this entire match is how hard they throw themselves.
So they have these
into the wooden paneling.
Yeah, wood panel walls. Yeah.
So it's probably cement behind at least the outside.
I mean, there's
wall.
no bounce.
Yeah, the outside wall is at least cement.
Yeah.
The inside might just be framing.
Yeah.
But it's still, you're hitting solid wood.
And they're hitting it so hard.
Oh yeah, Owen throws himself so hard.
The first hit, I was like, Jesus Christ. And then they do it 10 more times.
After the first one, I thought, there's no way they're going to keep throwing themselves that hard.
They do.
They do. So just there's a bunch of Shamrock throwing Owen into it several times. Then Shamrock takes a couple really hard back tripping into it.
Yeah. And wood stuff aside, there's some really good grappling at the beginning.
Oh yeah, some really good countering and rolling around and going for knee bars and leg locks and stuff. It was really good. Yeah. That's why I said this is Owen's the perfect guy to do it. Not like Owen's a shooter, but if anybody's been trained on grappling, it's Owen Hart. Yeah.
And he seemed good. He seemed good exchanging submissions that you weren't seeing in WWE very often.
Yeah.
You weren't seeing stacking up a guy going for a Juji Gatami.
Yeah.
And switching out of leg bar and reversing mountain guard and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's all pretty new shit in wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. So Owen hits a really good German suplex on Ken on the floor, and the floor is not padding. It's probably just wood, right? It's wood over cement.
Yeah, because there's no bounce. There was a green sort of tarp down.
Yeah,
and maybe a little something under there, but nothing that looked like any cushioning.
Yeah,
or
not like amateur wrestling padding. Or it just looked like wood and a tarp.
Yeah.
At one point, Owen grabs the pipe in the middle of the room and pops up and does a Hurricane Rana.
Yep.
And then a little bit later on, Ken tries the exact same thing and just eats a straight up powerbomb.
Fucking planted.
Then Owen looks up at the roof and grabs Ken real low around the hips and just lifts him head first, into. I think the hole was probably already there, but
he just busted through drywall.
But by the way that they panned it up, it made it look like he made the hole.
No, I think he did make the hole.
Yeah,
yeah.
So he bopped him, kabonked him through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Then they kind of fight over off the padding to where all the weights are, and Owen takes one or two really hard, getting thrown right into the shelves where all the weights are, and then eventually they fight back onto the padding, and Shamrock winds up for a big roundhouse kick, which Owen ducks, and he blasts Severn in the head. When he blasts Severn in the head, Owen picks up a dumbbell and clocks Shamrock in the back of the head. He then goes like he's setting up for the crossface,
but then doesn't really do any of it.
He puts the arm through the legs, but then just sort of puts his hand on Shamrock's
grabs
forehead,
his face,
puts his hand on his forehead, and by this time Severn's sort of coming back too, and Owen uses his forearm and Ken's forearm
to just
that
make
Severn
Ken
can't
tap.
see to make it seem like Ken is
like,
tapping out.
I'm Ken Shamrock, I give up.
And so he ends the match, and embarrassment for Ken.
Yeah,
but it's great. Like the bumping alone and the grappling is like excellent.
Yeah,
like it's a really, really good 5-minute like gimmick match.
Yeah, I loved it.
So the next match,
favorite thing on the show,
easily favorite thing on the show. So the next match is the WWF Intercontinental Best 2 out of 3 falls between The Rock and Triple H. It is like I didn't really take any notes for it. It's kind of it goes to a 30-minute time limit draw.
Yeah,
it's kind of boring.
It's all right.
It is a lot of it's a lot of rest holds, it's a lot of working over body parts, but then there's just tons of Nation and DX run-ins. Like at one point they fight to the floor and Triple H gets slammed to the floor. Rock goes back in the ring. Mark Henry runs down and hits a big splash on the floor, and then Road Dogg and Billy Gunn come out and beat him up, and then they brawl to the back. And then later on, the Godfather comes out, and they run back out and stop him from getting to the ring.
Yeah.
So there's like this big standoff in the middle of the ring. But meanwhile, D'Lo runs through the crowd, and he goes up top to try and hit Hunter with the European, but he gets crushed in the top rope. And then Hunter hits The Rock with the European, and then The Rock kicks out. And then there's tons of like China getting up on the apron and distracting.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually X-Pac runs down and hits an X Factor.
Yeah.
And then just like tons of
it's a lot. It's
a
pretty
lot.
overbooked.
And like there's like some good bumping by The Rock on the floor, and like they hit all their spots. But then at some point The Rock gets the chair,
except the laying the SmackDown DDT.
Yeah, The Rock tried to do anyone who knows is the duck the line, catch it, float all the way around the guy's back, right into a DDT. Yeah. But Hunter just didn't really turn with it, so Rock had to do like full turns to get to it. Yeah. But he recovered well.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, The Rock gets a chair and he's going to hit a Hunter, but Hunter moves and he blasts Mike Coyote in the back, and then
pretty well.
Coyote takes a good shot, but then eventually the Hunter has Rock beat, and the Earl Hebner runs down, and he goes for the pin, but before he can get the pinfall, Earl rings the bell because the time limit's expired, and it honestly is kind of a nothing match. Like,
it's okay.
They've had better matches. They will.
They're having matches. A much better one next month that we won't see.
We won't see.
They have a very good ladder match.
Yeah. So next is the cooler between the main event and the semi-main. It's going to be the bikini contest between Sable and Jacqueline, but first...
Seems pretty hot for a cooler.
Correct. First, we get born-again Christian Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust No More.
Yep.
In the ring, he says a prayer for the crowd and the poor souls here that have to witness this bikini contest, and he says that the Messiah is coming. And then he leaves, and Jerry Lawler immediately shits all over him.
P.S. The Messiah is Gold Dust.
P.S. The Messiah was supposed to be someone, but then it wasn't.
Maybe.
Was it also Chris Daniels, or was that just the higher power?
It's always Chris Daniels.
Yeah. Or was it Vance Preston? No. What was that British guy that they were bringing in to feud with The Undertaker and then never... Remember he was that British guy?
Oh.
And then they realized he wasn't really that tall, and they were like, shit.
A Brachus type?
Yeah, but Brachus was big.
Ulf Herman?
It's not Ulf Herman.
I kind of know who you mean.
Hayden Vance Hayden.
Hayden Panettiere?
Hayden.
Vance Nevada.
Vane. Hayden Vance Vane Harden.
There's a Virginia indie guy, Preston Vance, but I don't think
No,
that's
Preston
who-
Vance is number 10.
Preston Quinn
Yeah.
was the
I don't know. I can't find it, but anyways, it's irrelevant.
It's very immaterial.
It doesn't fucking matter. So Dustin cuts a promo, and then out comes Mark Marrow and Jacqueline, and she's wearing the Mark Marrow robe, and they are like, oh, maybe Sable's not going to come because she's afraid of all 5'1" Jacqueline.
She's very itty bitty.
Definitely a butterface.
Most of her is itty bitty.
Like a massive butterface. Because, like, skinny waist, big ass, huge fake
biggest fake tits you've ever seen.
And so she's strutting her stuff. Sable comes down wearing a Sable Bomb t-shirt.
Yeah.
She gets in the ring, and Jerry's like, oh, I saw a sneak peek of this. Let's see them titties. And she pulls off her shirt and has like a tube top, or like a, I don't know what to call it, like a holder top, like a
kind of
thing. And Lawler's like, hey, that's not what you showed me in the back, you skank. And then she said, well, I only have this job because of Vince McMahon, and Vince told me that I needed to be more conservative. But guess what? I'm a slut. And she pulls off that and just has body paint of handprints over her tits. And Lawler instantly creams himself.
Yeah.
Does the most hilarious, like, leaping side shuffle sound.
Yeah, running in place.
Staring at her tits.
Yeah.
This upsets Mark Marrow, who comes over and tries to cover her up. She slaps him, and then she's like, hey, everybody, look at my hard nips. And then out comes Vince and all the Stooges, and they cover up with a jacket, and they make her leave. And like I said to Scott, I have the WWF magazine of this in your house, and as a young boy of 12 years and 13 years old, I jerked off to nothing more than that picture.
Nothing more.
Nothing more. Forevermore.
Amen.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. So after that is the main event. So this entire show, they've been building to whether or not The Undertaker is going to show up for the pay-per-view, because there's been tension between him and Austin.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing on In Your Houses lately where they do like 8 in-ring promos during the show to hype the main event.
Yeah. They really, like, the Mankind and Kane come out and cut a promo.
Yep.
Then there's an Austin promo.
A Vince promo.
Then there's a Vince promo. Yeah. And then they have guys in the back at the .com, Kevin Kelly and Tom Pritchard. Talking about whether or not The Undertaker will show up. And the idea, and so during Vince's promo, he said, if Undertaker decides to not show up, it is my obligation to find Steve Austin a suitable partner, and his partner will be the Brooklyn Brawler.
Sure.
So then Steve Lombardi comes out and makes out with his real life boyfriend, Pat Patterson.
Yep, pretty cool.
And they fuck in the ring.
Pretty woke for 98.
Pretty woke for two old gay men to fuck each other. So Mankind and Kane come out with Paul Bearer. And out comes Steve Austin, and when Austin's like not even Taker first? Yeah, because they show Taker arriving at the arena.
He arrives.
So Taker comes out and doesn't quite get down the ramp, and then he waits for Austin. And when Austin comes out, he kind of walks back up the ramp and is jaw-jacking with Austin. Yeah. But out come Kane and Mankind, they run up the ramp and jump them.
And get fighting.
And again, this match is really nothing. It's a lot of Undertaker beating up Mankind. It's a lot of Kane beating up Austin.
It's a lot of 1998 Austin brawls.
Yeah. There aren't really any good spots in the match other than Foley getting shoved off the apron and supposed to go through the announce table, but he lands like on the corner of it.
And the table doesn't give an inch. Just splat.
Taker does a really good chokeslam to Kane, where Kane gets like massive air.
Yeah.
But like other than that, it's
Taker gives Kane a tombstone and doesn't break his neck.
Paralyze him.
So that's cool.
But it's building to the hot tags. and it's just beating them
down. The big
down.
one was the Austin to Taker hot
Austin
tag.
to Taker
because
hot
people
tag.
are like, oh, maybe Taker's going to hang him out to dry.
Well, he did it first.
Yes.
Taker didn't put his hand out at first, but then when Austin started to get closer, he was like, nah, fuck it. And
put his Taker
hand
did
out,
like a big dramatic,
put
his hand out.
Hand over his
Here
head
we go.
and throw it down to the ground.
Yeah.
Makes the tag, comes in, House of Fire.
And it was basically just hot tag, kill everyone, finish, right?
Boots Mankind in the face super hard.
Very hard, yes.
And then,
because he didn't do enough to him last month, question mark?
No, of course not.
How do you learn how to fall like that?
How do you learn how to fall like that? Well, you don't, because it wasn't planned.
I mean, it was planned.
To the announce table.
The announce table was
not
planned, yeah.
through the cage.
Not exactly like that, no.
Yeah. But yeah, again, it's whatever. It's nothing special. It's just a brawly main event with like no guys that are like great workers.
It's like a Raw main event.
And somehow Mankind got fat between last pay-per-views, Dude Love and Back to Mankind.
Yeah,
like he put on like 25 pounds.
Yeah, because those two Dude Love matches, he was, again, it's a sliding scale for Mick Foley, but
svelte,
among the leanest he had ever been.
Yeah, a svelte young
but
man.
he's kind of pudgy again here. So I don't know if like he and Jeff Jarrett did a Trading Places where Jarrett got in his best shape and then Foley had to gain, maybe it's some sort of WWF law of conservation of mass.
Like that the total roster can only
Jarrett
weigh
loses
so much.
all his body fat and gets ripped, so someone, in this case Mick Foley, has to gain 25 pounds.
Has to gain that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. The total,
it's physics.
The total mass of the roster may not exceed this, but may also not be lower than this.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's mathematics. It's science.
Checks out.
I'm matter. Yeah, so
what? I like dog porn. They're carbon. I'm carbon. What's the problem?
What's the problem? So yeah, he hits the tombstone on Kane. Austin blasts Foley out of the ring and ends up falling out of the ring as well.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Taker and Austin win the tag titles.
Yeah.
As Austin's sort of like groggy on the floor and he goes to get back in the ring, Taker leaves with both belts. And Austin's leaning over the top rope, yelling at him like, one of those is mine, motherfucker.
And it's time for tag team champions who don't like each other.
Yay!
Who are also every time.
Who are also in the title picture.
Who will be facing each other for the title next paper.
Was it Sean John Cena?
Sean John Cena. Angle Benoit.
A third option. Batista Ray?
Sure, I mean...
Maybe that wasn't title.
There's been a million. We've just forgotten because who cares?
Yeah.
But there's been so many. It's always the same. It's never particularly good. But they keep on hitting that note.
Yeah.
Keep hitting
that clitty because it's definitely working.
Keep on fucking that chicken.
Keep on. I don't have a line for it.
You're a big Partridge Family guy, aren't you?
Apparently. Mama Partridge, Oscar winner.
Or is that Brady Bunch?
Oh, I don't fucking know, man.
That might have been Brady Bunch. Sure. Never mind.
Who cares? The dad's still alive?
Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
Let me check.
Nope. But yeah, I don't know. Not really a great show. Other than the Hart Family Dungeon match.
I'll say Owen Shamrock better than I remembered.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I thought it went longer, in which I was like, oh, this might be bad.
No, it was just right.
The next one's at Cops Coliseum in Hamilton.
Ooh.
What do we got here? Anything good?
I can think of one match.
Rock Shamrock?
Rock Shamrock Foley.
Oh, Foley. Sorry, yeah.
3-way in a cage?
In a cage.
Yeah. I remember that being cool because they were like... that match was their way of saying, and it mostly to a degree panned out with two of them, like, these are the next three main eventers.
Yes.
Because none had really... I guess Foley had a bit, but none had main evented much.
No.
Or were considered at that level yet.
Yeah.
But now they were.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
We get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Get your woman on the floor. Gotta get up to get down.
4 new appearances next show.
Wow.
Yeah, for us. I'm not going to tell you who. You got to wait and see. It also has a really dumb main event. It's the double pin of Austin. It's bad. That match is terrible.
The next two suck.
Yeah.
Because, September is Austin Taker Kane 3-way double pin on Austin. And then the next month is Taker versus Kane with Austin as the ref.
Where Austin Stunner does the count for himself,
gets fired,
and they're both shit.
Dumb.
They're both shit. That one has a couple good matches on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that one has a couple decent matches. So at least we get one more bad one, and then we get a good one.
Okay. It's the least we deserve.
But this one, the next 25, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 matches.
Damn.
Yeah. But
well, probably nothing goes that long.
There's 7, 6, 8, 12, 14, 14, 14, 5, 17.
Huh. That seems like a lot.
It is a lot, but so that one looks a lot better than 24. So at least we get to look forward to, we get a good one after another bad one.
Excellent. That seems fair.
But yeah, hopefully, I mean, we're almost done. Do you feel sad? Do you feel sad that we're almost at the end?
Oh, I feel sad, but not necessarily because of that. I just always feel sad.
You've got some mental health problems you're not talking about?
I think so.
Oh. Is it that you're too handsome and no one understands you?
Yeah.
That's pretty... I see. I'll never understand that.
That's the problem. I have no one to talk to about it.
I can't help you, Scott. I'm sorry.
I'm too pretty.
So, as you can all remember, if you want to participate, you've got a week.
No, you got 3 days from now.
Oh yeah, 3 days.
You've got 3 days. Guys, remember, you've got 3 days.
6, 7. You got 3 days to get your money, get your pick, and get whatever the hell you want us to call you live on air. To Scott's PayPal of not Scott Henson.
You're doing a bad job.
PayPal.YouTube/
Oh my god.
HTTP.
Oh my god. Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
SLM.
// PayPal.me/not Scott Henson.
That's the one.
Get it in.
$25. Pick a movie.
Make us 100 airs.
Make it a short one.
Oh, if you want to get like a 75-minute movie, we'll love you forever.
You want to get us an 80-minute? Good. I'm fine with 80. I'm fine with 70. If you want us to watch a nice little romantic comedy or an animated feature.
Sure.
Or gay porn.
Yeah. Ladies' choice.
Ladies' choice. But you've got 3 days remaining.
Get your finances in order.
And you can always follow us on the socials of Sarian Softpaws on Twitter and Instagram, and Drew Sarian on Letterboxd.
Not Scott Henson on most stuff. The important stuff.
Even though you are Scott Henson.
We got a new secret... I am Scott Henson. That is the tricky part. We got a new secret letter. Haven't had one... Well, I mean, we've had secret letters before.
We've never had a secret.
We've had a number of them. I'm not as excited about it as last week, which was N. But this is our first X. So,
X.
Pretty cool. So, today's secret letter is X.
Oh.
Very cool letter. A very 90s letter.
You know what? If you put an X at the end, that's how you know things are cool.
Absolutely.
But before we go off the air here,
an emergency research?
No, I feel like there was something I was gonna, but I don't remember. Didn't somebody die that we were gonna be sad about?
Biz Marquis.
I mean, he died a while ago. I thought there was somebody I wanted to talk about that was sad, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought about it earlier, and I was like, okay, I'll say it on the wrestling one, and then I guess nobody died. It's fine.
Huh.
Everybody's alive, except for Lex Luger.
I get
I'm glad that Lex Luger died between this being recorded and this being put out.
If that happens, we're actually murderers.
No.
Yeah.
Wishing somebody dying is not
we never wished it. We just said if someone had to, who wasn't Terry Funk, I guess it could be Lex Luger.
If you were like, you have to theoretically choose someone.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, if Terry Funk lives, it has to be Lex Luger.
Fair is fair.
Fair Is fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think I had something sad to say. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a bummer for the end of the podcast.
I do love closing the show with sad things.
Oh, did you know that the world's oldest man died?
Well, that's what so often happens to the world's oldest man.
But now he's not the world's oldest man.
Now he's the world's deadest man.
He's the world's deadest oldest man.
Yeah, but now that paves way for you.
Who's the oldest man? Who's the oldest person that's ever lived?
Hickson Gracie is 700 years old and is 12 billion and 0 in mixed martial arts.
Well, except for if he quits.
Yeah, that doesn't count though. If he quits, it's a no contest.
The oldest person on record.
Jesus. I mean, there's all kinds of weird lies from lesser countries
of course,
who have no record keeping.
The oldest person that's ever lived.
Recorded.
122 years.
That's a big one.
And 164 days. A French woman, born in 1875, died in 1997.
Wow.
The current oldest living person, but disputed because it's Japan, 118 years and 229 days.
That's pretty old.
But disputed because it's Japan and you can't trust anything.
DTJ.
DTJ. Don't trust Japan. All right, well, no sad ending then. How about a happy ending? Scott, what if I give you a happy ending?
Okay. Come over here.
Oh, I meant like I was going to say something to make you happy.
Oh, I guess you could do that instead.
Shut
Shut up and jerk me off.